So this one, you can able to do it by using a line command, the outer boundary. We try to do it with a line command. Okay. So after creating the boundary, we can able to apply the fillet on this corners. Okay. So you try to apply the fillet. And at the same time, so once you apply the fillet, you will get the boundary. Then here you draw a rectangle here, so that you can replicate it. Similarly, you can draw one more, a slot here, and you can give the linear pattern for providing this. Then one circle you can draw it over here, and you can make a circular pattern. Sorry, linear pattern, 5 rows and 5 columns. Okay. So let us try to make this one. So let us try to do an example here. Okay. So this one, let us try to start. Okay. So let's create a new document. Let us rename the document as example 5. Create the document. So here, let's start from this place. So this dimension is 160, then 120. The depth, we have to find it out. So the depth, can you able to identify what is the depth of this? So this gap, you can see here, it is 100. Okay, so from here to here, it is given as 100 mm. And the total distance is 160. So the remaining portion is 60. So you will have a depth of 30 here and 30 here. Okay, let's try to start the diagram on the front plane. Try to make a sketch. So whenever you are starting a drawing, it's better to start on an origin so that it will be easy to provide the constraint. Okay, so let's start from here. So this is 160. Okay, so let's try to make it as a rough sketch. Okay, this one, let us try to draw. Then we will provide the dimensions. Okay, the rough sketch, let us try to make it. It's equivalent to this. And this one. Then along this line. Then equivalent to this. Here. Here. Okay, so we have drawn just a boundary. Okay, so in this case, first let us try to make some equal constraint. Okay, so we know that this both lengths are equal. Okay, so let us try to apply some equal constraint at different places. Okay, and then the equal constraint between this one and this one. Okay, so it is equal. So like that, we can able to get it. Now, let's try to provide the total dimension. Okay, one by one, let's try to provide it. So this is 160. Okay. It's getting bigger, so let's try to reduce the size. Okay, so this is 160. Okay, so this dimension is 120, 75, 160. Okay, let's try to give it 120, 75 and 160. And this depth is given as 30. This depth is 30. Okay. So even I didn't given the dimensions here, we can able to get it as a fully constrained sketch because I already applied the equal constraints between these two slots. Okay. So you can able to get it without applying the dimensions. Okay. Now let's try to make the fillet over here. So the fillet radius is 10, which is going to be applied on this corners and up to this. Okay. So you're having a fillet radius as 10. But you can see the next one, this fillet radius, it is 20. So this one, this one, this one, and this one. This four corners is having the radius of 20. Okay. So let's try to apply that. So a fillet on this corner, let's try to apply first. The radius is 10. Let's try to apply on each corner which is required. So in each corner, once you have clicked, give the confirmation. Okay. I think one more constraint I have missed. So try to do that. This one and this one. Let me make it as equal constraint. Okay. Now let's try to apply the fillet. The fillet on any one corner. Can able to apply. The radius is 10. That's 10 mm. Then apply it on all the remaining corners. Okay. Maybe let's try to apply it later. So this depth, okay, this depth, let's try to provide it as 30 so that it will come as a fully constrained sketch. Now this corner, this corner, this corner, and this corner, the four corners, the radius, fillet radius is given as 20 mm. Okay. So let us try to give the fillet for this corner. The radius is 20. Let's apply it for all other corners which is required. Okay. So we had given it as 20 mm. So now we have created the boundary. Okay. So now let's try to make this square and let's try to create the fillet over here. Okay. So let's try to draw a rectangle here. Okay. So let's try to provide the dimensions of the rectangle. So the width is 40 and the length is 80. Okay. So 40 by 80. So this is 80 and the other side it is 40. Okay. You can see it over here. This is 40 and this distance is given as 80. Okay. And the gap is given here as 20. So let us try to apply that. This gap is 20. So these two lines becomes black color. Now this gap we need to provide. Okay. So from here to here. Can anyone judge this distance between here to here? Anyone, can you identify? Please try. What is the distance between this vertical edge and this vertical edge? Try to read the diagram, then only you can able to draw better. Please try to read it. From this edge to this edge, What is the dimension? Anyone, you can try it on the chat box. Good, 20. Very good, Siddharth. 20. Good, Daneshwar. Good, good. Okay, so yeah, I think everyone got it. I think good, good. So, so how you can find out is, so by judging, you can able to find it out. That is one. So this is 20. The gap is 20. So here also you can assume it as 20. That is one way. And this gap and this gap is same from this vertical edge. So here it is 120 and here it is 80. So the remaining is 40. So 20, 20 can be the gap. So that way also you can able to identify. Okay. So this gap is also 20. Okay. Now let us try to draw a fillet over here. So the fillet radius is given as 10. Okay. So the radius is 10. Let us try to apply the fillet. The fillet on one corner. Let's try to change the radius as 10. And let's try to apply for other corners. Okay. So now we got. Okay. Now we got this one. This particular rectangle here. Okay, this rectangle we have drawn. Now the same rectangle is coming over here. It is like a mirror image. So you no need to draw it again. Let's try to do it as a mirror image. Okay. So in order to draw a mirror, we need a mirror line. Okay. So let me draw a construction line from this center to this center. Okay. So I'm just drawing a construction line. Now you can do the mirror of this entities with respect to this line. Okay. So select the mirror. This is a mirror line. And entities to be mirrored is just select this particular entities by window select. Now you will get this rectangle here. Okay. So if you are drawing it, you have to provide the dimensions. So if you had used the constraints, you no need to provide any dimensions. It's automatically coming as a black color, a fully constrained sketch. Okay. So that is the use of applying the constraints. So you no need to provide dimensions again and again. Okay. Now let's try to draw this one. Okay. Which is a slot. Okay. So here the distance between this one and this one, they have given it as 30 mm. Okay. So the gap is 30. So the center of the arc will be at a distance of 40. The reason is that this radius is 10. So the center distance will be at 40. Okay. And here you can see between this one and this one, it is 20. Okay. Between this one and this one, it is 20. So how you can able to judge it is, you can see there is a radius. Okay. At the end of the radius, it is starting. Okay. And from here, you are having a 10. Okay. Similarly, from this place, you have to judge it. So this one curvature is equivalent to. So from here, let us try to make. Okay. Let's try it so that you will understand better. Okay. First, let us draw a line, which is a construction line. Okay. So here, the center distance between these two is. So first, let us need to identify the center line here. Okay. So how the center line can be judged is, there are 3 slots are there. So the radius is 10. So the 20 is the width of the slot. This is 20, this is 20, and this is 20. So 60 is there. and 4 gaps are there. Okay, so 60 plus 4 gaps, you will get it as a 10, then it will become 100. So from here to here, the distance is provided as 30 mm. Okay, 20 mm. How it is 20 is, from here this is 10, and from here the center is 10. Okay, that is what it is given. Okay, now from this place the outer circle is 30, so the center will be 40. Okay, so dimension from this one to this center is 40. Okay, like that we can able to provide. Then this one, we have to draw this particular circle. Okay, so you can see here this circle and this one, you are having a gap of 10. Okay, you can see it over here exactly from this place. So it is coming as a vertical line here. So from this place to this place, it is 10. Okay, so from here to here, it is 10, and from here to here is 10. Okay, so we try to judge it from here, from this place. Here it is 10, and here it is 10. So 20 mm from this vertical line. Okay, so we are going to provide that dimension. So from this plane or this point, to this point, it is given as 20 mm. Okay. So now we have the dimensioning is more critical. Okay. So if you are providing the proper dimension, the drawing will becomes easier. So just you need to read the drawings properly. Okay, that is more important here. So this is 40. So how it is 40 is, so this gap is 30, and from here the center is 10. So 40 mm. So we got it properly. The similar way, this end, okay, so it is a vertical line. So this end from here to here, it is 10, because this gap is 10. Okay, so it is 10 and this is 10. So it will become 20. Okay, now let us try to draw the slot here based on this. So it is radius 10 or diameter 20 is correct. Okay, so we had drawn the first slot. Okay, so we have drawn the first slot. Now let us try to make the remaining 2 slots by linear pattern. Okay, so let us choose the linear pattern of this particular slot. So here you can see it is going like this, which is a 3x, but I want to become 1x in this direction and flip. This one is coming as a 2x. This one I want it as 3x. Okay. So this is a vertical line. You can see the gap here. Okay, the gap is 30. Okay. If you give 30 from here, because this gap is 10 and this is 20, so the gap is 30. So if you click over here, automatically you will get the slot. Okay. Now we need to draw the circle here. Okay, first circle. Okay. So if you draw the first circle, so from here, this gap. Okay. So you can see this gap. So it is diameter 20. This is radius 20. Okay. So it is exactly at a distance of 20 mm from here. Okay, so like this. From here it is 20 mm and from here it is 10 mm. Okay, so from this place, this center, it is 20 mm. Okay, so let us try to draw a circle. On this place. So which is of diameter is how much? So the diameter.
Screen off in, sir.
Yes. Any problem? Any problem? I think my side it is working. You please check it out. Anyone, can you please answer? Okay. So this circle, let us try to draw one circle, which is of here the diameter is 20. Okay. So let's try to draw the circle which is diameter is 20. One circle you have to draw here. Then we have to pattern this circle. So let's try to pattern the circle. So the gap from here it is 10 and the gap is 10. Okay. So if you want to give center to center distance, then it will become 30. So from here it is 10, from here it is 10, and to the another center it is 10. Okay. So let's draw that a linear pattern of this one. So here it is not 3x, it is 5x, 5 times. The gap center to center, it is 30. Similarly, this one, let me flip the direction. It is given as 1x. So let me give it as 5x. So you got 5 circles on the row and 5 circles on the column. But here you have to provide the dimension properly. Okay. So let us try to move this so that you can able to get the dimension exactly where it is. So this dimension, it is also 30. Okay. So you got what is required. You can see it over here exactly. So in your mouse, you just have to click on the left mouse button. You will get exactly the circles at the locations. So you can see my diagram, all the portions are in black color. All the sketches are in black color. So it means that it's a fully constrained sketch. So always whenever you are making a sketch, make sure that you are drawing a fully constrained sketch. Okay. Confirm this.